So we're live, yeah? Hello there, and welcome to the first live stream of the 2017-2018 NTU Renegades season. First matchup today is against the Warwick Wolves, a contender in the division every year, and we should be in for a good matchup today. I'm Sean Endicott. I'll be on the microphone here. We have James Ramsey on camera doing all the technical bits and everything. I am multitasking and also filming the game on a separate camera for our practice services, so I apologize if I'm a little late on the stream at times. Just got to focus on the camera. And here we go. Little bobble on the snap there. Should be a good return. Turn to about the 30-yard line. Renegades have seen a bit of turnover on the offensive side of the ball over the last year. Last year they were in the Premiership, had a bit of a struggle there offensively. Hopefully with some of these new bodies in, they can step up and perform. One of the main differences would be at the quarterback position. So if you hear Al's name today, that's who we'll be focusing a bit on, seeing how he does. First play of the game is indeed a pass, but he's scrambling, tackled from behind, a hard hit by Warwick, holds onto the ball there, no gain. Second down here, about 2nd and 9. Another pass here. A diving catch by Kieran Gond, known as Gons, I believe. Yeah, if I have his number right there, there he is in the pink socks and shoes. Gon's coming back for yet another year. This is his, I believe, 5th season with the team. A stable of the offense and a good performance there to get the offense rolling. Now into Warwick territory. First handoff of the day. It's a gain of about 4 or 5 on his first carry for the NTU Renegades. Coming over from the United States, bringing some high-level athleticism and talent there, and much-needed leadership, because every team needs a good core. There he has stepped in, stepped up, and is already one of the key contributors in the offense leading up to the first game here. He is. And the snap here, 2nd and about 5. Drops back to pass. Another pass to Gons. And a touchdown there on the opening drive in about 5 or 6 plays for the NTU Renegades. An excellent route and a good throw there right over the middle of the field. A great start here for the Renegades. Got to keep this momentum up, but you can't have a much better start than that. Every play pretty much gaining yards except for 1 or 2, and deep pass over the middle to one of your star receivers. Great way to start off. We got a few people from Trent TV here. Obviously, James Ramsey is president of Trent TV, definitely helping out. But in addition to that, we got some other guys here, hopefully helping out with some kit and that sort of things as well. So wanted to be big shout out to Trent TV. And Gons leading the team, very much so, in terms of yardage and points, because he also kicked in that extra point there. That's me just checking the replay here for Huddle, so I apologize for the double audio. There you go. All right, great. Certainly a good start out there. Let's see if the defense, regularly known for being a staple of the NTU Renegades, can step up here as well. Hey, Callum, how's it going? The former, actually, stream maestro over here coming in. Hello. Oh, he said, well, I can at least talk about him there. So yeah, we got a nice. We're gonna impress Callum right here. So a little shout out here. We got 3 Knots TV Pathway students here, and 3 people that have helped out with Renegade streams. So there you go, a positive sign for that pathway there. Actually doing something, that'd be great. Callum, hello. Can I ask you a favor? Sorry, I have to run and get a charging cable real quick. Someone back on, James? Sorry about the hiatus there on the announcing, folks. I had to run and get a charging cable from my lovely wife. Drove all the way over here to deliver it. And the play here for the Renegades offense after a quick 3-and-out forced by that defense. Looking to Gons again, just could not quite grab it in. Asking for the contact, but could not draw a flag there. Looking for that early season chemistry. Obviously the Renegades with a new quarterback in there, as well as rotating in new running backs and linemen. You have quite a bit of things that you have to get fit together in not too much of a time. I'd say about 4 weeks, 5 weeks leading up to the season there. Almost an interception by 2 different Warwick players, but the Renegades got away by the skin of their teeth on that one. That was in the hands of two different defenders actually hit four different hands on the play, none of which were the Renegades. So obviously a bit of a grace there for the home team. I'll see if Warwick can capitalize here on that quick 3-and-out that they have now forced. Do our best here to be relatively impartial, but this is the official stream of the NTU Renegades, so we'll try not to be blind homers, but obviously we're going to be excited by positive plays done by the home team here. A little bit of confusion on the punt team here, but it looks like the Renegades have all the players lined up and ready to go. A low punt. See how the coverage team can do. A very friendly Renegades bounce down to about the 23-yard line. Another chance for the Renegades defense to step up here. They have always been a strength of this team. And while they have lost some of their starters from last year, obviously big losses there, including the All-DC 2016-2017 player, David. But that doesn't mean that they don't have a vaunted front and a very good secondary and linebacking core as well. Right up the middle, stuff for a loss of about 1. Good play by that D-line. Second, and there's actually a bigger loss than that. It's a bit of an end around here. Let's see if they can get that sweep. Shut down beautifully by the Renegades defense. A little bit of a gain, about back to where they started. Speaking of all-team DC players there, if you hear that laughter, that is actually David there on the sideline. Still going to Trent, finishing a master's degree. Very big third down here, about 3rd and 7. Handoff there, up the middle, breaks a tackle, breaks a second, drives that pile forward. And the Warwick Wolves are going to be happy to see a play like that, because they have pushed that from a first down probably about 6 yards after contact there. Mr. James. Oh, never mind. I'll ask you in a bit. Pass, wide open there. Could have been intercepted if it was a bit lower, but really out of reach for any of the players on either side there. You don't have a free hand, do you? Can you update score stream? Falling over there on second down for a loss. Just tap the number, I guess. Oh, no, just, there you go, tap that number. And you can add the score. Okay. Cheers. Sorry for that. Lots of hats on for lots of us here. All right, another big third down. 3rd and about 13. See if the Renegades can force a big play here. Drops back to pass. Deep downfield. A catch over the middle, and he is breaking away from a tackle. Managed to get dragged down at about the 10-yard line by Natal Malero, I believe, assuming he's wearing the same number as last year. Let me check my roster here. Yeah, that is indeed Natal Malero. All right, first scoring opportunity here for the Warwick Wolves. See what the Renegades defense does. All right, bunched up relatively close, even the receivers on both sides there. Not going too far to the Renegade side of the field. You see number 9 there on the bottom bracket. Bit of motion for number 2. Hard to see if that's confusion or just a bit of a flip there, I think. Communication by the quarterback some offense. It's another sweep play. See if they get any more success there. A big hit by Natal Malero, and also number 70 there on the defense, which is Jordan Roberts, coming back to the Renegades, making a big play there. Renegades have a bit of a reputation as a bend don't break defense, even if they do allow other teams into the red zone. See if that can be kept up here. That's an incomplete pass there to number 85. Third down here, and the conditions on the sideline are actually quite muddy, but the conditions on the field themselves are very fair. So even with a field goal here, they'd have an opportunity to score. But let's see what the Renegades can manage to do here on defense. Drops back to pass, pressure up the middle, and he just had to threw that one away in the general vicinity of a receiver to save himself from a sack. Probably a little bit lucky that wasn't intercepted, considering closest player was a Renegade, but you know, that happens. Looks like they're going for it here. Would be a relatively long kick for Uniball here. Would have been about a 30, 35, 37-yard kick, which is certainly no guarantee. I'll see if they're going for it here on fourth. Drops back to pass again. Looks to his right, chucks it up in the air. Batted down by some defenders. A great play there. Wonderful defense. And look at that, the Renegades, as I said earlier, bend don't break. They allow a big play. They've responded well. See if they can keep that up throughout the day. But offense and defense both showing very positive signs here in the early ons of this game. But the score remains only 7-0, so it's still a one-score game. Anything can happen. Renegades offense out here quickly. No dilly-dallying there. See them there lining up, scouting out that Warwick 4-3 defense. Bit offset on this because the receivers down here on the play side. Al drops back to pass, throws it out there to Alex, but it falls incomplete. There is a flag on the play. Thank you for the spot by... and that is a big flag right there. That's roughing the passer on the defense. So despite the incompletion, the Renegades are going to get 15 yards and continue marching down the field. Beautiful crisp autumn day here, just cool enough where none of these players are going to have to deal too much with any heat, but certainly not anything in the cold side. Really perfect American football weather here. The sun is behind the Renegades right now. It is a bit of a dramatic angle, so Warwick might be dealing with that on offense for this quarter, but obviously they'll flip throughout the game. But with the sun behind their back now, Renegades line up here on another 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. A fumble there. Al manages to fall back on it there. Maybe a bit of confusion where that handoff was going. Certainly a lucky bounce there. Those fumbles can end up just about anywhere, so to only lose 3 yards on a fumble is certainly a bit of a lucky bounce for the Renegades right there. Great to see so much media coverage out here. I think we have about 2 or 3 still photographers on the field. We have live stream. We got 3 different video cameras recording things for 2 different outlets, so it's very great to see. Drops back to pass again, throws it over the head of Gons, incomplete. So this could be a long 3rd down, 3rd and about 13 for the NTU Renegades, who got off to a quick start but have faltered here on the last few offensive drives. James, you don't have audio levels by any chance, do you? Am I sounding all right? Hey, there you go. Please let us know on Twitter, Instagram. We have a Snapchat. I'm not on it right now. But get in contact with us. Comments on the stream cannot be monitored because we are all hands on deck actually filming it. But if you tweet at us, that'd be great. We'd love to hear from some of the Renegades family here and anyone else from Britball Nation. Big 3rd down here. Little pressure up the middle. Let's see how they handle that. Fakes the handoff. He's got some room. throws it over the middle. Gons drops a wide open pass there. Could have been a very big play. Hit him in both hands, but he did not manage to make the grab. All right, another Renegades punt here. Well, Gons may have dropped that pass, but that is a gorgeous punt. Goes all the way down to the 11 or 10-yard line, rolls down there and gets down by the Renegades. Whistles here for the end of the first quarter. Let me grab my phone here if that's all right, Mr. James. Great, thank you. Yeah, so that is the end of the first quarter. Renegades still up 7-0. Just want to thank BAFA for tweeting out our live stream there. That's very much appreciated. It's great to see them do that. Doing our best here in terms of getting the stream up and ready. We have big thanks to, I'll leave this here so we can, big thanks to the Trent TV. They're really helping us out here with equipment and people. That is absolutely wonderful to see Trent TV working alongside the Renegades here, the American football team for NTU, of course. So that's great to see. And now we're here in the start of the second quarter. First down deep inside their own territory for the Warwick Wolves. Now they're playing with the sun in their back. Let's see if that affects any of the defensive backs. Bit of a keeper by the quarterback, but maybe a miscommunication because as soon as he was near contact, he slid. Could have been going for a bit of a read option, but based on that slide, I'm not entirely convinced. Can you check how our screen looks on your phone?
Yeah.
If you
This is cool.
7-0. Lots of whistles here. Roughing the passer on the defense now. So now we've seen, on the Renegades defense that is, now we've seen one of those from each side. Relatively similar parts of the field. So, you know, it's not a productive offensive play, but it certainly gets them out of their own territory, and that was the case earlier in this game as well. So, bunched up close again. Favorite formation of the Warwick Wolves so far here. For a handoff. So you have a little room. He manages to get around the corner. Gain of about 5 or 6. That's a solid run on first down. All right, second down and about 6 here. Motion man there, does not hand it off to him, hands it straight up the middle, but that is absolutely stuffed by the Renegades defensive line, who sniffed that out. Third down, about 5 here. Let's see who they call that on. Flag down on the play. Could be motion on the offense. Could be drawn off by the defense. Looks like a false start. Nope. Refs pointing in two different directions, but that ended up being offside on the defense. We'll see if that's enough to get a first down. Could be either third and very short, or it could be a first down. Depends on the measurement here. Looks like a bit of a disagreement maybe by the refs on who this was on, or at least maybe where they're going to spot the ball. They might just have to do a measurement. It is going to be a Warwick first down. That's what the debate was on there, not who it was on, but where the ball would end up. Managed to move that just enough for a first down. So they're just short of midfield, about the 35-yard line here. Handoff there. Renegades defense continues to shut down that running game. That's a tackle for a loss. A great play there by that defensive line. Flowing there. I believe that was number 99, which apologize, first game of the year, still learning here. 99 is Akeem, so a great play there. Draws back the pass, bobbles it a bit. See if he can get set. Absolutely flattened by a Renegades defender. You can hear that excitement from the Renegades sideline as well as the crowd here, the sizable crowd for the first home game of the year. A great play there in terms of a stop, but they're going to have to keep that up. Unfortunately, it seems that the player that was hurt is actually down with an injury, so we'll see if he can get off the field here, and hopefully he's all right. Looks like it's Warwick's number 9. Certainly he's walking off the field here with a little bit of guidance, but he seems like, well, he's at least walking his own power. Obviously, we'll have to see what that is long term. Now you might see the eagle-eyed fans spot actually Warwick's defensive line coach, former player for Warwick that we played a couple years ago here on this very field. A personal note, it was my first game, but the Renegades also started out that season with a win against Warwick, and certainly trying to look to do the same thing here this year, 2 years later, facing Warwick again in their first game. 14 gets sacked in the backfield there. The quarterback, he bobbled the snap, and then he never really got a chance to go through his reads. By the time that defender got there, it was pretty clean sack. So a big loss, 4th down and eternity there. So obviously they're going to trot out the punt team. Great sack there, bringing in that pressure. Warwick's quarterback really didn't have a chance to get set. Renegades shouting discipline here. See the punt there. Could have been tipped. I think I might have heard a small sound there. You hear the chorus of aways by the Renegades. Stay away from the ball, and a relatively good field position there. A good punt. Renegades are inside the 30-yard line, so they're at about the 26, 27 of their own side of the field. Referee spotted the ball with the flag at about the 26, so it seems to be exactly where they are there. So there you go. Renegades still up 7-0. In case you're listening to us in the background, I believe James Ramsey's got a scoreboard actually up on the screen, so that's a nice addition to have. Thanks again to him and the wonderful kit that he has here, playing around with. I think he's managing at least 3 devices at the moment, so wonderful by him there. First down for the Renegades. Al hands that off to Alex there. He's got a little bit of a seam, cuts back inside and gains some good yards there and drives forward with his legs. That's a wonderful first down run. Could be a first down. Yes, I believe it is. Nope, he's spotted him just shy of the first down marker, so I think he's be 2nd and 1. Great place there. A wonderful cutback by Alex there, showing that athletic burst up the middle and finishing that play in a very strong fashion. Second and 1, let's see what they do. Fakes the handoff there. A little bit of a pass to running back there. There's a flag, could be a face mask on how he brought him down. So there's certainly a first down, assuming the flag's on the defense. I believe that's Robbie Jones, wearing a slightly different number than we may be used to seeing, but I believe that's Robbie. All right, and that was a face mask indeed, so you got 15 more yards there by the courtesy of the flag. So good couple of first plays there. And the Renegades are going to pass midfield with that penalty yardage. So Renegades just past the 35-yard line, or just outside of it rather. And another chance to have a scoring opportunity here. Generally speaking, got to usually be within the 20 for field goal range in Uniball. So still need a little bit of yardage to go to be absolutely threatening, but we'll see what they can manage to do here on 1st and 10. Little motion there by the running back. A run up the middle again by Robbie Jones, who breaks the tackle, continues there and gets a first down. An explosive run again by the Renegades, bursting through that offensive line and having a running back not only follow the holes but finish the play strong. Great turnout by the Renegades, tandem of running backs on this drive. Renegades are going to be a bit of a three-headed monster when it comes to running back here. You still have returners Robbie Jones. Joe Pierce is available, though he has been nursing a bit of an injury. I don't know how many snaps he'll be in today, but he is still on the team, so even if he's not in today, could be in later in the year. And then got a brand new running back in there to run around with. Coach Scott certainly has some toys to play with on this offense. A lot of time here, right over the middle, and a wide open catch for a touchdown. Again, by that Renegades offense, a strike downfield to Guns, who certainly by now is the MVP of the game through a quarter and about a half. We will see if that keeps up, but a wonderful play there, wide open. A nice grab. It's sometimes with those wide open catches, they're the hardest to make because the quarterbacks don't make a throw with no defender nearby, and sometimes they get a bit too excited and antsy, but they certainly executed there. Yes, in the words of David there, we ate that like Christmas cake. So I think that's a great phrase. I'm going to steal that from him. All right, here we go. Nice extra point here. Let's see if Gons can get to 14 points on the day for both himself and the team. Certainly a short extra kick. I'm just going to play that back here and enjoy myself on my little replay. Here I can talk it through. In the future, we might even have video replays, but at the moment, I just get to describe it. Yeah, just a nice simple route there from Allegons there, so that's a great play. Quick turnaround. This ain't the NFL. We don't have 3-minute commercial breaks leading into everything. We're live? All right, welcome back there. Sorry about that. While you were gone, Renegades scored one more field goal before going into the half, so it's 24-0. I will say the stream quality is going to be a bit lower at 480p. We apologize for that. We have a data limitation here, as it is using my phone as a hotspot. So let's just get back to the action here. Natal took the punt off a bounce. There's a bit of a flag there, so we'll see how much this works. That's an absolute pancake, and he's still going. He's cut back field again. I will say there have been multiple flags on this play. There were a lot of flags on that play, and there's just been another one, probably a chippy flag. I think there are 2 flags during play, 1 flag after the play. I am fairly certain at least 1, if not all of them, are on the Renegades. So we'll see there. Are we all good live feed? All right. Also, with that hard hit, I think we have at least 1 injury, if not 2. There are going to be a lot of flags on this, so we'll see where the ball ends up. But for the time being, we'll see how this Warwick player is doing and hope that he is all right. On your phone, just.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. Nottingham Trent, sir. First down, Nottingham Trent, sir. We are not Nottingham. Nottingham Trent, sir. Thank you very much. Anyway, so there was a block in the back, and I believe there were offsetting personal fouls. So it's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and there's going to be a lot of movement here, and we'll see where we end up. We respect the University of Nottingham as an academic institution, and I have a lot of respect for them, but they are a football rival, and we'd rather not be confused with them. So there you go. Well, a lot of ball movement here, but after a bunch of laundry hit the floor, the Renegades still have the ball in the second half here. As I've said, the score is 24-0. We are back on a live stream here. We might run out of data again. I don't know, 2 gigs? Who knows if it'll last a half or not? We'll see. But the bottom line is you'll get to see at least some of the game, and hopefully we'll figure out a more permanent solution in the future. If it does cut out, we will not be setting it back up, and I apologize for that. I think probably the 2 gigs will get us through at least a quarter or so you won't miss too much of the game, but we'll see. Renegades up 24-0, and as you can see, they've marched pretty significantly down the field. Akeem must have been very busy on that play because I believe they called them for a block in the back, but I think that flag was probably thrown before the big hit. So there were a lot of flags on that play, but it's time to move on. Renegades are going to have to drive quite a long ways, which is unfortunate. If that run back was legal, they would have been into enemy territory, but as of now, they are at their own 13 or 14-ish. So it's on the Renegade channel. All right, here we go. And we're back to play. Ish. The ref's doing some signals. On the line versus off the line. Lots of things to sort, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. And we're back. Hand off to Chunder there, or Anthony. Vanessa. Gain him a few yards there. Can you, excuse me guys, because we're filming, can I ask you to step back just a bit? No worries. Look, I understand. Look, we have like 80 cameras here. At least one of them's got to get the play.
Well, why don't you set them in a better position?
We did. Retrograde fun right there. A lot of retrogrades here today, and actually a pretty sizable crowd, which are very grateful to having the crowd here in person, as well as you on the live stream. Drops back to pass. Looks like a pass relatively deep, but ooh, hit the feet there. He was indeed open, but the pass was just too low. I like this camera more, James. Can we use this camera for the huddle films? Is it looking good? Oh, great, hello. Just check the live stream there. That's all right. As long as we get Chris Stone and his mom to watch, it's fine. Hi, guys. Big thing, a proof of concept here with the live stream. We're trying to make sure this all works. Pass over the middle of the guns. He grabs it there. He's running in the open field, holds onto the ball. That's a big gain, a chunk yard, about just shy of 20. Big catch over the middle for Kieran Gons yet again. An early favorite receiver for Al so far, but it's hard to argue with the results. Gons has scored every offensive point, and a couple of special teams points. Obviously, the punt block return was Lewis Hyde, and we also had a field goal in by Gons as well. So hard to argue with the results of relying on a player who's that reliable. Here we go here, 38-yard line. Renegades walking up with a lead this size. Probably smart to milk out the clock as you go throughout the game. Initially stopped in the backfield, fought to make it back to the line of scrimmage. A bit chippy there. No flags thrown as they separate. Renegades here along the offensive line seeing plenty of new faces. Connor Rogers has moved from the center spot last year over to left guard. You now have Tom Harvey moving over. He was with the Derby Braves last year. He is now with the Renegades in at center. Anthony Black, an honorable mention for All-DC last year, All-DC team last year. He's in at right guard. And then you have James and Sam over on the bookend tackles. James at right and Sam at left. Al drops back to pass. A little bit of a screen pass there to Al over the middle, fights for some yards, explodes through a hole, and gets a big first down. Another chunk play right there, about 15 yards over the middle. You're going to hear that throughout the entire season. Al to Alex. Alex in number 14 there, great play over the middle. And that burst of speed really is a threat when he gets the ball in his hand. First and 10. Renegades just across midfield. Little motion man there for the fullback. Handoff there to Robbie Jones, who's burst downfield, missed a tackle, goes down there, down to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's down at the 3-yard line. A massive run by running back Robbie Jones, and for sure, excellent blocking as well. A great play by the Renegades to bring it deep into Warwick Wolves territory. No flags either. It's always great to see. A lot of those run plays that are that long, you see a holding or a block in the back somewhere. Very good to see the Renegades be disciplined there. Split out into the spread formation. We've seen a lot of 3 receiver sets today, but now they have 4 brought in. Let's see how that works out. You got 4 receivers and Robbie Jones in the backfield. Dead ball whistle there. Perhaps a timeout. Yeah, timeout by the defense. Time for a timeout and a water break. Brought to you by the sidelines. Here we go, Renegades coming back in. Trotting out to the middle of the field there. They do have some large offensive linemen, which in this part of the field could really turn out to be valuable. A very different formation here. An interesting fake, multiple holds. That didn't look like it worked out, unfortunately. That's a bit of a trick play there. There's at least one flag, probably a hold. Oh, actually, it was an offsides by the defense. They seem to have been thrown off by the Renegades' trickeration there. I thought it was a hold for sure based on when the flag was thrown, but my apologies. Renegades are now back into a much more traditional set. Not I formation here, spread with Robbie Jones in the backfield. And that goes up the middle for a touchdown right there. A great play right there. It's good to see the Renegades be able to punch it in. That is something they had an issue with last year. And that's with the keeper there as well. So a little bit of variety. So the Renegades are not going to be up 30-0 pending an extra point, which could push it up to 31.
So much for a 3-point game,
Oh, well, you know, that's not something we usually do on the live stream there, James. It's probably true. Another kick there, and Gons with another kick splits through the uprights there. So the Renegades are now up 31-0.
I think we were the quote-unquote best 1 in 17 in improving margin last year. So even though we lost most of them, most of them were only
Coach Carl on the sidelines there. He's not going to be happy with 31-0. He's going to want, if he could push other teams into the negatives, he would do so. So let's see here. Renegades have another kick coming up. 31-0. Certainly couldn't ask for a much better performance here. You have a special teams touchdown, multiple scores on the offense. You got running, you got passing, shutdown defense, key stops, multiple punt blocks. All around so far, domination by the Renegades. But there's enough time left. Let's see what Warwick can manage here on this kick return. Shorter kickoff there to about the 10. He's got some open field blocking there, and a wonderful play. Switching over to special teams. That is Alex right there. You're used to seeing him in at running back. Well, right there, he switched over from running back, and he shows he can lay down the wood right there. That's quite the hit on special teams. Great to see some versatility across the board. Renegades here on defense, bunched up on the left side of the defensive line. Almost an interception to 71 there on the D-line. Just a lot of pressure there from one side. A great play there. A creative formation as well. Second down and 10 right here. A little bit of more of a spreadish offense. I mean, the tight end's in there, but he's upright enough that you could go for a pass route pretty easily. But that is a run up the middle, and it is stuffed yet again. That is a combination of number 93 and number 54. And right there, that is Ao, who is really stepping up here in his first game. And 54 is Luke Thompson. So there you go. Great performance by the defensive line today, shutting down that Warwick running attack and pretty much everything that's been thrown at them. Here's some more penetration up the middle. It looks like possibly a hold in the backfield, but until that's there, we'll see Warwick got a first down there on the pass. But of course, that is indeed pending that flag in the backfield. That's in the area where holds are, and the ref has already signaled a hold. So that play is going to come back and be in the negative. So what could have been a positive play for the Wolves there. Thank you. For the Wolves there. I'm multitasking. Sorry, folks. A positive play for the Wolves turns into a negative play. All right, so now it is about 3rd and 20, maybe even more. So it's at least 3rd and 20. Drops back to pass. Scans the field, bit of a lame duck throw. Oh, another dropped interception. There was one of those earlier by Jack Rice. Something they could work on there. You know, it's hard to complain. Complete shutout, so I can't imagine the team being that brokenhearted. But it would be nice to see a pick like that caught if it hits you in the hands. But, well, you know, obviously that's a pass defended, and we're going to force a punt there from deep within Wolves territory. Hello, Tom. Hello, Tom Harvey, waving at players. Hi, Tom. All right, big punt right here because the punter has his foot on the goal line. If there's a bad snap here, this could be disaster for the Wolves. A little bit of a shorter snap. Gets this one away, not blocked, but a relatively short punt. Calling the away. Very friendly Warwick Wolves bounce, but because he was so far deep, that is inside the 35. Now, I will say that is a very impressive punt. Down to 35, punting from his own goal line. Even though there was a bounce, that's quite a bit of a boom right there. All right, Renegades coming out here, already up 31-0. Looking for another drive here in the third quarter, starting from around their own 36-yard line. A little bit of motion by the fullback. New running back in, that's Joe Pierce. He's broken a tackle, bursting down with some speed, and he gets down inside the 30-yard line. That's great to see Joe in there. He's back there, and he is healthy and ready to go based on that run. Though there is a Wolf down on the play. Many teams have this many talent when it comes to three running backs, but obviously to produce, you got to block and you got to get past plays, no matter how talented a running back is. So let's see if that can keep up here. Another run to Joe Pierce up the middle. Gets stuffed for about a gain of 2 or 3. Renegades fans of old remember Joe Pierce's instrumental play in the Glasgow touchdown, one of the biggest plays in Division I history for the Renegades there. On that catch, and he certainly has the burners as well as the power. So big straight line runner there, and he can catch. And Robbie Jones, very shifty player who is deceptively powerful, and you got Alex in at running back. So while I am gushing a bit, it is a very talented backfield. Probably going to go about as far as an offensive line can take them. A fake to Robbie Jones, and a wide open Gons in the end zone. Again, that is a touchdown there. When you have a receiver that's that wide open, it's easy to see why the quarterback keep going there. That's at least, was that 3 touchdowns for Gons on the day? Certainly happy he's come back again. So that pushes it up to 37 zip with a chance to extend that lead even further here. If you have Brit Ball Fantasy, I'd recommend starting Gons next week. He's got a lot of points. I don't know if you're a PPY or PPR or whatever league you're in. He would have got a lot, and you start him at kicker as well. There you go, 38 zip in favor of the Renegades. Well, the Renegades lining up here for yet another kickoff. Left side and right side, asking if they're ready, I'm sure. There you go. And a kickoff downfield. Return there. A little bit of a cut. Ooh, breaks away at ankle tackle there and gets hit at about the 25-yard line. Well, certainly a feel-good Sunday for the NTU Renegades so far. 38-0 late in the third quarter here, rotating in through some other players to get them reps as well, which is great to see. Renegades have a mix of young and experienced players, so it's good to get those players that are on the more youthful side of the game to get some reps in a real game situation. Drops back to pass 14, found a player in the flat. Misjudged by the defender there. And he's managed to get down the sideline past midfield. Who's this? Patches play quite a few positions. Yeah, we're talking about some of the Renegades greats there. I think Alex Cook might actually have the record for most positions played, though, because he did play quarterback and D-line as well as receiver and O-line. Speaking of D-line right there, a big tackle for loss right up the middle. NTU's defensive line continues to perform well. And they're rotating through some bodies. You see a lot of different numbers coming in there, and they still bring that pressure. So it's all around a good day here. Here's pretty much right at midfield, just a couple yards short of it there. Great for the cameras, at least. And here's the snap on second and long. It's fumbled, and he's down. That's a loss of at least 5 on the snap there. They've had a few issues with the snap, one leading to a score by the special teams, at least partially, and right there turning into a big loss and leading to third and long. Third and about 20. Warwick's going to probably pass it right here. Yeah, drops back to pass, scanning around. That's probably a block in the back that they missed, but they still make the play there. Great sack there. Great pressure around the edge by number 94, who is Nick Oldfield, and then the sack itself was by number 71, Tom Evans. So great to see that pressure and then following it up with some help. So it's fourth and about 25, maybe 30, and they're obviously going to bring out the punt team here. Special teams right here. Another punt by Warwick. Let's see how they do. 2 men back to receive the kick. Relatively low kick. It's probably going to bounce. Taking off the bounce and running across midfield. A gutsy play by the returner, and it's all Malero, and he brings it to about the Wolves' 35-yard line. That takes some guts right there to take a ball off the bounce, pretty much in sprint, but it does pay off because, again, about 20 yards on the return. All right, that's the end of the third quarter. The Renegades are up 38-0. Obviously a good day so far, and it's been a balanced effort. We have scores by special teams and offense. We have big plays by the defense. We have all-around dominating performance so far here. Let's see what the last 15 minutes play bring. Warwick has the ball at about their own 36-yard line, and the Renegades have their defense in. I believe they've rotated through some other players along that defense's. Oh, I'm sorry, offense as well. New offensive players. Renegades, I misspoke. I apologize about that. Renegades have the ball at about the 36-yard line after that punt return. Al throws a bit of a quick pass to Alex right there, and that is not quite no gain, but he fought with those big old calves to make it to about the line of scrimmage. We might have to have a calf off between AJ on the defense and Alex over there at the wide receiver / running back spot. A bit of a motion player in Alex. So no yards though there. So it's 2nd and 10. Joe Pierce up the middle, busts through, but he has a fumble, and that is lost. That's the first major gaffe of the day by the NTU Renegades. That is a recovered fumble. Joe Pierce coming in. There is a flag as well, possibly taunting by the Wolves, but that doesn't change who has the ball. Bit of a kick in the teeth there, and a mistake on an otherwise rather perfect day, but the Renegades still have a sizable lead at 38-0. It is a flag on the Warwick Wolves, but they do have the ball still after the flag was after the play, not on the play, so it doesn't affect the change of possession. Going to be, I believe, a 15-yard play there, or no, just a 5-yard. All right, here we go. Warwick Wolves with the ball around their own 20-yard line. See if they can turn this into a bit of momentum. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the right. Wide open receiver, but he drops the pass. As I've said in the past, those wide open throws can actually be a bit of the hardest because you're used to having to throw it with a bit of a rush, and the receiver's used to catching in traffic. And then we've seen a drop by the Renegades in that earlier in the game. It wasn't wide open, but we have seen some drops, and then today you get that as well. So a bit not a great start for Warwick there, and the Renegades have 2nd and 10 to trying to stop 2nd and 10. Fakes the handoff and then hands it off to a different running back, but is absolutely stuffed up the middle. Yet again, a dominated performance there. That is Akeem, and I can't see his number from there. So Akeem is 1, and the other player in there is Nick Oldfield. So another good stuff by them. 3rd down and about 8 for Warwick. A lot of pressure by the Renegades showing up the middle. Let's see how many of those 6 players end up going upfield towards the quarterback. All 6 of them. Let's see. And there's the boomstick by the defender. You could see that coming from a mile away. A lot of pressure up the middle. Leads to a throw and a big hit by the Renegades defense. So despite a fumble by the offense on the previous drive, you end up with 38-0. And the ball coming back here, probably a likely punt. Renegade's going to make some changes here on offense while Warwick's nursing an injury on the sideline there. So it looks like with a lead this big and only a few drives left in the game, Renegades are going to switch through just about, well, I don't know how many players they'll switch on offense, but it looks like there could be some pretty sizable changes here after this punt, assuming that it is a change of possession. Looks like a punt formation by the Wolves. They are deep in their own territory, but they're down by so much that they might have to try something here, but we'll see. It could be a kick. 2 men back deep. You got Alex and Natal. Looks like there may have been another flag there. Renegade's going to have very good field position. Even a monstrous punt, they would still be for between the 30 and the 50. So we'll see what they can do here. Wolves still have players running around before the snap. See if they can get it off before the play clock's over. High snap there. A rushed kick. A bounce. And not a great punt there. Down, it's just around midfield at the 47-yard line of the Warwick Wolves. Kicking game has not been a strength for the Wolves, but we have to give some of that credit to the NTU pressure. That kicker had to kick that one pretty quickly, and with a previous block, 2 blocks I believe already, it's understandable to try to pooch that quickly with another man in your face. So about the 47-yard line, the Renegades have subbed in some players on offense, trying to run out the clock for no no doubt they're going to try to run out the clock here. Tackle for no loss there on the run to Joe Piers. You have to think that the Wolves know that the Renegades are going to be running the ball pretty much every play here. So, but still great penetration by the edge defender and tackle for loss by the Wolves there. So it's now 2nd and 13. Okay. Renegades coming up here on 2nd and 13, milking that clock. Now they have motioned out. They've put the running back out, so 4 wide receivers set here, even though Joe Piers, I believe, is in. A great block by a one-handed grab by Alex. He's running down the field. He's gone around the edge. He's going down to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, an excellent play by Alex right there. A one-handed grab. The quarterback is under pressure. He makes a one-handed grab and streaks down the sideline with that explosiveness. They are now up to 44-0. An unbelievable play right there because the quarterback was very under pressure and Alex was very much in motion. And to make that grab with that adjustment, absolutely outstanding. A wonderful sign to see that the Renegades can do that in the short passing game as well as the downfield passing game. What? Yeah, I am.
Did you have the eggs pancake on that book?
I did not.
Right tackle literally made it open up the entire channel.
There you go. Let's give that credit. We have a O-line coach there, Rugby, coming in, pointing out the right tackle had a absolute clear out on that play. So let's give credit where credit is due. In addition to that fantastic grab, you also have the offensive line clearing out that space. So that is a great play all around on the offense. Another kick through the uprights, and that pushes it to. We hit the ambulance. Oh, we have hit the ambulance.
Someone sent an ambulance.
Don't worry, it was not the ambulance driver. It was just the ambulance.
That's 45-0.
That is 45-0 to the NTU Renegades. My thumbs are, even with gloves on, having to be out to tweet and stuff. It's starting to get a little chilly out here. It's a first world problem. Well, a great game so far here, 45-0. I don't know how much time is left in the game. All the technological advancements we have, we don't have synced with the clock of the referees, unfortunately. So that's no one's technical fault. That's just not a capability that
The clock has turned off.
we have. It is the fourth quarter. I can't imagine there's too much time left in the game. Another kickoff here. Little correction by the kicker there goes, and it's off. Short kick down to about the 5. Running around. That is a clothesline tackle by special teams there. It was a bit high, but it was a very, very strong hit. A little arm clothesline right there. Hey, James, I heard you cleared out that play. Great job, mate. That's a big man right there, James, number 78. Can I get the camera right on 78 real quick, walking on the sideline? So we haven't zoomed in that far. He's a very large man. Current offensive line coach, former offensive lineman Stu, many would know is a very large man, is pointed out that man's size. So when you get a compliment on size from Stu, you're a large man. All right, now Warwick's got the ball over there. They are at their own 15-yard line after that great tackle on special teams. Now I've been. Hold on a second. I'm gonna put the microphone away from me because. Hey, Larry, what's this toaster about, mate? Do we have to film it? What's this toaster about?
You're gonna see. Don't worry.
Does the camera need to see? That's my question. There's a toaster on the pitch, and we're not exactly sure why. But let's focus on Warwick right now. It is 1st and 10 on their own 15-yard line. Again, that bunch formation in there. All the receivers in very close. He hands it off a little bit bobbled there, and the D-line is going to close that play down. I believe a linebacker as well. So tackle for no gain forced by the Renegades defense. And we got a whistle here. That could be the 2-minute warning or a timeout. It's a 2-minute warning, I believe. All right, let's see here. 2nd down, and it was actually a tackle for a loss. He's going to bootleg out to the right, look for a play, throws it downfield. Almost another interception, but bounces off the hands of the Renegades defender. Yeah, if you could, maybe after the punt, though. Well, we'll see. Yeah, there's a toaster on the pitch. We're a little confused as to what this is. We've been promised by Larry that we will find out. Well, we don't know if we'll be able to get that on the stream, but let's go over to the play here. It's 3rd down and about 11. Drops back to pass, short completion over the middle, makes a defender miss, makes a run, and dragged down there with a curling tackle by the defender. So 1st down for the Warwick Wolves there. A little bit of momentum trying to drive down the field, but stopped anything longer than about 10 yards. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Switching to a bit of a hurry up here. A very high pass. That's not a way to help your receiver right there. That's either an incompletion or a fumble and a recovery. It is indeed a fumble and a recovery. That is when you throw past that high, you're likely to get a receiver leveled. In this case, it was the ball that got lost rather than anything being a big hit to the receiver. So great job by the Renegades defense there. Was it got the fumble recovery? Number 77 with the fumble recovery. Shout out to James for that. So that's Luke Parker. Great recovery there. All right, Renegades are up 45-0. It looks like there's a bit of a huddle with the referees. They might be talking about how much time is left in this game, trying to sort things out. Obviously, the sizable lead. There's just trying to go out here. And, any given Sunday, the Renegades, as good as they have been today, the Renegades are going to play Warwick again later this season. And it's only the first game of the year, so you never know what could happen. I agree with anyone that watched this game that obviously the Renegades have had an outstanding performance, but you can't be overconfident going into the next one or any other week because it's, as I said, any given Sunday. Longer time out here. I'm not exactly sure if the refs are actually debating on what happened on that play. Maybe that's why they called the timeout, actually, was they were confident they were going to be able to get this play reversed. There's no video review, as far as I know, in Brit Ball, so even though there are about 12 cameras at this game, I don't think we can actually review it and determine what happened. So, yeah, well, we can, but we'll see what happens here. I want to take this opportunity, obviously, towards the end of the game here to thank Trent TV. They've not only loaned quite a bit of their kit to the purpose of this broadcast, they've also been live tweeting, and they've also have the president of Trent TV on camera there, and have loaned kit for us to film the game for our own purposes. So 1,000 shout-outs to them. It's been a great day with them. They dealt with the technical issues just before halftime, sorted things out, and things are good to go. We'll see what's happened here. There seems to be a ruling, at least a consensus that's happened. It is indeed Renegade ball. Without video review, I'm not sure how you could have overturned that, but it's Renegade ball. They have 2 running backs in along with the quarterback in that very familiar formation, and we'll see what happens here. Low snap, handoff there. Robbie Jones gets around the edge, runs up the middle. Oh, that's not Robbie Jones. I apologize. Turns it upfield. That is a great run there. I believe there was a player flattened on that play. So I can't see if it is number 33, so I apologize. That's Sam Johns. I apologize for that. All right, is that the game? I'm not sure. There's a player down injured. I don't know if they've waived the game or not. All right, they've called the game here. That's been great. Let's get a shot of center field for a bit as the Renegades line up here at the 50-yard line and prep for the game handshakes. Tremendous game for the Renegades here, winning 45-0 to start out the season. And I'm not sure where this toaster is, but if we have a cameraman that can find this toaster. All right, Gons has a toaster. I would imagine Gons is MVP of the game by, at least on the offense. Obviously, defense had some outstanding performances today as well. So you get 45 points in a shutout. That's a lot of praise to go around. But let's see if we can find that toaster. All right, we got that toaster on camera. All right, great. Thank you. Great camera work by James Ramsey. I don't know why we're bringing a toaster to midfield. I'm not privy to the details on this. I go to a lot of practices. You'd think they would have told me these things. Oh, well. People shaking hands now. Let's take a look, and I'm just going to stall here just a little bit. We'll be winding down here very quickly. Well, a great day for the Renegades. I'm not sure if we're going to get this toaster here, but let's turn back over to me just real quick. We want to say thank you to everyone that's tuned in live, and there's actually a very sizable crowd. This is only half of it because we're at midfield here. So I want to say thank you to everyone that came in person. Thank you to everyone that tuned in the live stream here. Stay tuned throughout the week because we're going to have highlight reels from this. We have multiple camera angles on this in addition to what we had on the live stream here. We had 2 different angles, including the end zone, which can see everything there. I'm Sean Endicott. I want to say special thank you to our technical producer, I don't know, James Ramsey, a president of Trent TV, helping us out and everything that Trent TV did to help us. I think we're going to sign out here in a minute, but let's go and film on the toaster for our closing shot. Great game all around here. I think there's a lot of things to learn for the Renegades here. There's always room to improve. You know, I'm sure the coaches, they're going to be very happy with this win, but they're going to study the film and find errant drop balls, missed blocks, all sorts of things to improve on. But it's certainly hard to have any sour feelings when you drop 45 points on somebody. So all around a great game. You see the coaches at the end of the line there. Shout out to Warwick for coming on over to NTU on the Field of Dreams here. Obviously, Warwick is a team that will play again later in this season, at least once. If we both end up in the playoffs, could be more than once. So it's been a pleasure to have the Wolves here as well, and we look forward to seeing them on their home turf later in this season. I believe, I don't know if we play the Wolves before Christmas or right after Christmas, but yeah. So we play the. What was that? Feb the 4th. So we'll be against the Wolves on February 4th. So, and that'll be over in their territory. All right.